So it's clear that we are watching the fall of the American empire in real time. And there is a stark difference in the way that the white community is responding and how the black community is responding. The black community en masse has completely withdrawn.
And it's clear to me that a lot of y'all have never been in a toxic relationship. And unfortunately, I have. But let me tell you how this goes. In a toxic relationship, you usually have one person who isn't shit, right? It's usually the man. And the man is, you know, emotionally abusive. He is a cheater. He's a liar. He's a manipulator. He gaslights. He's narcissistic. But he also has a lot of potential, right? He also can be very loving. He also promises things to come in the future, right? He also can be very exciting at times. And those things keep the woman around. But when things are bad, shit goes up, right? Windows get broken, cars get scratched up, TVs get shattered, broken glass everywhere. Just a lot of chaos in these situations at times, right? And this goes on. These ebbs and flows, these ups and downs go on for years sometimes. But at some point, the abused party in his relationship just completely wakes up and decides that he or she is over it, right? And when that happens, there is no blow up, there is no broken windows, there is no shattered windshields, there is no scratched up cars. There's just calm, right? There's folded clothes, there's neatly packed possessions. That person decides to go on about their business. And that's where black people are with this country at this point, right? Like, we're just sick of y'all shit. And we're not going to protest. We're not rioting. We're not doing none of that shit. You know what I mean? Most of us are just simply withdrawing, going on about our business and surviving like we know how to, like we have always done since before this country was founded.
Drain, baby, drain. You would think a company, if someone had 2.7 million value in their hands and they were only a temporary worker, you would think to value them a little bit, but to not even retain them after 1 year on the job, it takes a full year just to learn how to do a job properly. So she probably just got on her feet, just started to figure it out, and you guys were like, we're not gonna renew you. And she was like, enough is enough. I put my heart and soul into this job. I put so much energy into it. She's like, I'm just going to let it all go. She drained that one. She drained the other one. And you saw how she gleefully ran off. Like, she was just like, enough is enough. And that's how a lot of people feel about these companies. You want to treat us like we're property? Well, when we're no longer your property, we'll take some of your property with us. Because, the only way these companies care or feel anything if it hurts their wallets or it slows their progress. So she said, you're gonna fire me? You're gonna lose 2.7 million in wine. And as more and more people are fed up with the state of the world, you're gonna see more and more videos like this.
Mind you, bitch, everything that's happening to America with 3Ks right now, I'm ecstatic about, bitch. I'm excited it's being tore down to the studs, bitch. I salivate just thinking about it. That's y'all white privilege. If it ain't motherfucking affecting you, your eyes is closed to it, bitch. You know, open it up your resources to help, bitch. Quite literally, y'all love racism. Y'all love it, bitch. And I can tell that y'all love it because y'all do nothing about it, bitch. Y'all just use y'all boca to do a lot of this to perform, but y'all never motherfucking actually do anything to combat racism, bitch. You just want to be seen as somebody who's against it, but behind closed doors, bitch, you love it because you benefit from it. You motherfuckers are filthy. So motherfucking disrespectful. But this is expected. Because y'all are so motherfucking full of hate. Everything that's happened to America with 3 Ks is supposed to happen. I'll continue to tear this motherfucking blind. Listen, that's why I don't give a fuck about the fat bastard in charge pulling off the greatest motherfucking heist in American history. Bitch, I hope he rob you motherfuckers blind. I don't even give a fuck if I'm an innocent bystander and I gotta go through this shit too, bitch. Y'all invited me to the table. You forced me to eat this shit and I want to eat it, but I'm gonna watch you suffer. Racist bitches.
And this, my friends, is what it looks like when your privilege starts to run out and you've used your privilege to further marginalize or oppressed already marginalized people because it benefits you. And then you get reminded that you're still a part of that marginalized group and that you're not any more special.
ID. So somebody in my position who has transitioned, I worked very, very hard to make sure everything was changed. I love President Trump, and I think he signed this executive order. I don't know who underneath him was putting this thing together, that all federal documents, it has to be your biological sex at birth. Recently, I had my passport. I had to get it renewed. Comes back gender marker M.
And what's so interesting about this is that Caitlyn Jenner positioned herself to be an advocate and a spokesperson for said president, even in spite of knowing everything that that person said that they had planned to do to the trans community. It wasn't enough for Caitlyn Jenner because Caitlyn Jenner is rich. Because Caitlyn Jenner feels like she's above everybody else. And this is not just something that happens in the trans community. This is something that happens in all oppressed communities. There's always those 1 or 2 people who will be praised for whatever reason by the people who are doing the oppressing, and they'll join that group until they realize or they're reminded that they're not actually a part of that group and they were just being used.
Baby Jessica done been arrested for domestic violence. Listen, I hope everything works out for everybody, but I need you to know, if 18 months into life somebody dropped me in a motherfucking well, I wouldn't be taking no shit from henceforth either. So, and she looked like she don't take no shit. When you draw on your eyebrows with gray pencil, slate, fierce girl with a stingy bang. Yeah, but bitch, I done been dropped in the middle of a well for 60 hours. I started my life off with motherfuckers playing on my time. Yeah, I would have been whooping ass kindergarten on, no shade.
Malcolm X once said,
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
And Malcolm X's words still ring true today. I don't give a damn what Nick Cannon, Nicki Maga Minaj, Chili from TLC have to say about politics. Shut up and sing. They are not spokesmen, spokespersons for our community in the same way that Woody Allen, Kid Rock are not spokespersons for the white community. We have living black revolutionaries and black activists that you can go and ask about politics. Why the fuck would I care about what Nick Cannon, who has 11 kids with 11 different women, has to say about politics? Obviously, he's not that smart.
Katie Miller came online and said that liberal men aren't attractive. And I just have one question for you. Do you know we have eyes and we can see who you're married to? Your husband, Stephen Miller, looks like melted mayonnaise on a hot day under the Tuscan sun with funky armpits and never washed legs or feet. Your husband looks like he smells like gingivitis or the tartar on the back of someone's teeth. He looks like he's the love child of Gollum from Lord of the Rings and a swamp monkey. It will never cease to amaze me how MAGA and these right-wing conservative people, not only are they delusional, but they are living in a state of pure delusion to the point where they think they can say shit like this and people are not going to push back. Do you see who you're married to? What are you talking about right now? Stephen Miller looks like he has an uncle daddy named Dunkle that you guys call Uncle Mark Bob. He looks like he's Mark Twain's first cousin, most likely. The fact that this man came on TV and put hair fibers and fake hair on his head in front of a national audience, and you, my darling, you, my dear, are coming online and saying that liberal men are not attractive. You're hyping up the same men that have sex with their cousins, are all closet homosexuals, crash the Grindr server every time the RNC meets up together, enjoy pedophilia, enjoy sexually assaulting women, have the IQ of a fucking patch of grass and a thumb, and are driving this country into a state of impending doom. But you want to talk about how liberal men look. Do me a favor, my dear. Look in the mirror, because that house is fucking glasses. You and your husband and whatever, and your fucking group of incest fucking dummies, leave liberals out of your mouth. Okay? Ciao.
White culture is formed in savagery. I also said there isn't a place on God's green earth that they haven't come there and decimated the native inhabitants. There isn't a place. They are murderous savages. That's their culture. They call it conquest. We call it savagery. This is broad history. This is the history of white cultures. When they have the intention to invent a weapon, they don't just invent a weapon that can harm an enemy in one-to-one combat. No. They invent bombs that can decimate entire populations. They invent viruses like smallpox that they spread amongst unvaccinated Native Americans and then decimate their populations. And therefore the Americans, have got a native population which is less than the settler population in certain countries like Argentina. I mean, even a country like Brazil, yes, obviously there are still some native inhabitants there, but their population is less than those who were brought in from Africa as slaves, as well as those who came in as European settlers in the colonial times. So the culture of white people throughout white history, even to this very date, is that of savagery. It's that of inhumane behavior that is normalized to the point where they feel like they're entitled to behave like that.
I'm sorry, but if you ask a white person why they love animals so much, it always sounds like slavery. They just listen to everything I say. They don't talk back ever. They never run away. And this is my fourth German poodle shepherd, because every time one passes, I just get a new one. I just go buy one. Okay. All right.
Confuse the enemy. Yep.